The Supreme Court will today hear a number of pleas seeking an interim stay on the centre's decision directing mandatory linking of Aadhaar with various government schemes and welfare measures. The five-judge Constitution bench, including Chief Justice of India Deepak Misra, will take up the interlocutory application seeking interim relief against centre's decision. Yesterday, the Indian government indefinitely extended the deadline for linking Aadhaar with bank accounts, whereas the deadline for mandatory linking of Aadhaar to avail various services and social welfare scheme was extended till March 31st next year. Recently, a 9-judge Constitution bench of the Apex Court had held that right to privacy was a fundamental right under the Constitution. Activists had objected to the government's order to link Aadhaar with bank investments accounts and mobile numbers, saying it is a breach of fundamental right to privacy. They have also challenged the validity of Aadhaar, which collects and stores biometric data like fingerprints, iris scan, saying it might be misused. The petitioners had earlier said that the final hearing on the main Aadhaar matter was necessary as the government cannot compel citizens to link their Aadhaar with either bank account or cell phone numbers. The Attorney General had told the country that no coercive action would be taken against those who don't have the Aadhaar card or have the Aadhaar card but are not willing to enroll for it. So it's an important development which is going to take place today, but the Finance Ministry, anticipating that court might take an adverse stand for 6 months, has allowed people to take their own time to link Aadhaar number with various financial services. And on this, I'm joined by my colleague Jessica. Jessica, Taneja, please explain as to what is going to happen in the court today, and especially when Finance Ministry has given a, extended the 6-month deadline.
Well, Karthikeya, they've already extended the deadline to 31st of March 2018, but that is specific to bank accounts. So it remains to be seen what happens with other schemes that are there, that remain, the deadlines remain on those schemes. So the petitioners had moved the Apex Court for an urgent hearing, saying that there are still schemes which need, for example, the phone numbers as well as other, social welfare schemes that are they still hold a deadline for 31st of December. So that will be looked into, and the court is hearing for an interim relief today.
When is the matter expected to come up, and are we sure that the interim order will be announced today?
Yes, Karthikeya, because it's, as a matter of fact, it's going to be heard in just another 10 minutes is what we know. And the Apex Court is supposed to decide, yes, the order might come up today because tomorrow, as the Apex Court goes on a holiday. So they're supposed to give out their verdict or their interim relief order just today itself. Depends on what the arguments are made. But for the petitioners, they've been constantly arguing that these, Aadhaar is a voluntary scheme. It cannot be made mandatory is their main, sort of argument inside Apex Court. So that is exactly what the Apex Court will be taking into consideration. But the government has, in fact, played a smart move just a day before the Aadhaar hearing was supposed to be, taking place inside the Apex Court. They've come out with a notification, at least for bank accounts not to be linked. But it remains just to be seen what happens with the PAN card linking. What happens to the other social welfare schemes that still remain with a deadline.
Thank you, Jessica, for this update.